Hey, good morning. This is Rabbi Shlomo first here. This is Tsama, Nafshi, Yerushalyim, HaKodesh. This is our second, this is actually our third year. I'm substituting for Rabbi Ruben Levy, who's taking care of some important business for the Yeshiva. Hopefully you'll have Atzlacha. And we're learning Nefesh HaChaim here in the first shar, that's gate Aleph, the first gate. Possibly a good place to start with Yom might be in the 10th parak. Is that where your mark is? In the 11th parak.
Right.
Okay, good. Then with the 11th parak, if we progress since then we can start at the beginning. Or the basic question that the Rabbi Volozhin is explaining in his Sabers, in the time of the Yerushalyim, there was a very big question how to look at a human being, and how to look at a malach, an angel. Who stands greater? Who stands greater? There's supports for each contention that some say an angel is greater than a man, and others say a man is greater than an angel. So he's exploring these various different points of view. So we'll start if you like maybe with the beginning of the 11th parak again. Okay, we can read and work through it line by line, word by word.
Okay. Zehu hata'am shehamal achim hamaktishim bishmei marom mamtinim milshalesh kedushasam al achar. Oh, that's a different thought. Okay. We're talking about this is the reason why angels who sanctify God in the highest heavens, ad achar she'anu meshalshim kedusha lamata.
So, as follows, meaning one of the main things that the Malachim are doing in the spiritual realms is giving constant praise to HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Nevertheless, they take their cues. They wait for us, for Klal Yisrael, for the Jews, when we do that in our prayer services, right? So then they get the signal, right, that they can now do it in the highest realms of the heavens, right? So you see, they're taking their cues from us. We're the trigger, we're the catalyst for them to be able to say praise to HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Once we, in our earthly realm here in this world, have given our praises to HaKodesh Baruch Hu, then they're allowed to give their spiritual praises to HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Because I would just say, if we in a spirit, in a worldly realm, a mundane world of wood, stones, concrete, steel, if we, amongst all those things, are praising HaKodesh Baruch Hu, so they that are, so to speak, so much closer to HaKodesh Baruch Hu, being purely spiritual, so if we're going to be praising Hashem, they certainly should praise Hashem. Right? Because who's more likely to praise the king? Those who are in the palace or those who are in the villages? So if those in the villages are praising the king, right, so certainly the ones in the palace should praise the king. The ones closer to it.
Okay. Af shekdushasam ma'ala mikdushasenu. Even though their sanctification is superior to ours.
Right, we have to realize that their sanctification of HaKodesh Baruch Hu is greater than ours. I mean, what do we actually do? We just say a few words, kadosh, 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 and that's it. But we've never witnessed what they do, but what we're being taught about what they do, they must be doing something on a much more grand scale than what we do.
Lo shehein chokim kechod Yisrael. This is not because they accord Israel with any honor. Elo she'ein b'cholcham v'chalsam kalal mitzad atzmam liftoach pihem lahakdish liyotzrom al aliyas kol kedushas Yisrael alehem v'yamata.
What's this mean?
It's because that they do not have any inherent ability at all to open their mouths to sanctify their Creator until the sound of Israel's sanctification rise to them from the lowest world. Ki inyan amiras akdusha hu ha'alaas ha'olamos v'his kash rusam. Okay, the recitation of the sanctification elevates and interconnects the worlds. Kol olam ba'olam shemei alav, each world with the world above it. Lahosif kedushasam v'tichzuach Oram.
So what is that? That's
to increase their holiness and refine their light. Va'ayin behei chalos difkudei behei chala tinyana
so
Resh Mem Zeo.
Yeah, that's a certain reference key.
It says Zohar, as per Zohar.
That's a certain key to find where this is written in the Zohar.
Okay, Inyan Kedushas Amal Achim Haba Mikoach Amiras Kedushasenu Zeil Ve'ilain Diyamina Amre Shirasa Vesalke Rusa. Okay, those angels on the right sing praises and elevate, and they will above by saying holy. And those on the left sing and praise and elevate the will above by saying blessed. And they sing and join together in holiness with all those who know how to sanctify their master in unity. And they are all incorporated within each other in a single unity, and they are bound up with each other until they all form one knot, one spirit. And they are connected to those above, with all becoming one, incorporated within each other.
Follow that.
Say again?
Follow that. How do we integrate what's being said over here?
That the sanctification of God's name, and we do holy, 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 that unifies everything into one being.
Right. So the fact that we are, first of all, that we're obligated and that we're fulfilling our obligation of sanctifying God's name by declaring His holiness, right? We're declaring His holiness. That gives a completeness to the whole over the physical world.
Do you mind if I keep this from going
Yeah,
directly?
yeah, sure, you can turn it. Maybe you can turn it off, it might be okay. Turn it off.
It's just going right over. If you get the news, it's okay. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Right, so by us doing our obligation to sanctify HaKodesh Baruch Hu's name, that gives us sanctification throughout all the physical and spiritual worlds. So when we're doing that, we're not just saying certain words which have no ramifications. They have universal kind of ramifications. Right.
Okay. La'ela v'amrei kadosh v'elain dismala amrei shirasa v'salkei v'usa la'ela. This refers to the pre-HaChaim, which explains that that the objective of saying the sanctification is to raise and interconnect the supernal worlds.
Really? That's mentioned what I mentioned before. The catalyst for the completeness of all the worlds starts with us. We are the catalyst that ignites all these different worlds and joins them together.
We're somewhere right up here. Up here somewhere. V'kulu kilulam Elaine, v'yichuda chada. Umiskashran da bada.
You won't translate that.
Okay. I don't know the translation of that.
Well, it doesn't have to.
It does, but I can't follow where we are in this paragraph like that.
Let's see how it is. See, I think the way it works is these dots correspond to these dots. Right. So yeah, so basically the This is like, I'm not sure where I get these are subnotes.
Yeah, you're right. The black dots follow the black dots, and then there's white dots under it that follow the white dots. Okay, where I'm lost is we're still in this top section here, and there's a lot more Hebrew than there is English. So either this is an idea that starts right here, and all this stuff is superfluous, so I'm reading something over here that somehow belongs to the other page.
Right.
And so this idea, this little dot here, is the little dot that starts there.
Yes,
So
see,
I
that's how it goes.
think that's where we are. So I've been reading the wrong thing. That's why I can't follow the translation, because I'm reading this and translating this, and this is really this part right over here.
See, that is that.
Correct. Okay, but for some reason I'm reading this, trying to translate over here, and it's not working.
I understand.
So I don't understand where this is coming from. But it's okay, I didn't realize, so I can just start at the dot, and we're fine.
That's good. Here we are, here we are. Here, this is where we are. So over here, it's this paragraph over here.
Okay, so that's why I can't follow, because it's not next to each other.
And then
It's on a different page. Okay, so if we start here, that's going to be here.
that's good. So let's start there. Yeah.
V'ayin bifrei eitz chayim b'chol perek gemel misha'ar chazaras ha'amidah.
Zarsimi is when the repetition of the Shmon Esrei.
I'm sorry?
Chazaras ha'amidah, that's the repetition of the Shmon Esrei.
Okay. So what do they translate that as?
What do you mean? Ein b'pri'etz chaim. That's the name of a sefer.
Okay, got that.
So it says b'shar in the section Hazar Samida. They're discussing the repetition of the prayers.
Okay, this says the objective of saying the sanctification. See, to me, sanctification is talking about holy, 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 and you're saying the Amida prayer, which I'm thinking Shemona Esrei. So it's talking two different things here to me.
Right, you're right. You are, because the
This is talking Kedusha prayer, and all of a sudden we're talking the Amida. I don't get it.
right, because I think he's mentioning that.
Because it looks like the Eitz HaChaim is specifically talking about holy, 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 Kedusha prayer.
Right. Because that's what he's getting to. He's saying Mivur Sham. It says here Mivur Sham.
Right there?
Yeah. Mivur Sham. It's explained over there. Kavanas Inyan, the intention of the subject of saying the Kiddush. What's that all about?
The objective of saying the sanctification.
Right.
That's exactly what it's saying.
Good.
Okay.
This is good. I mean, if you can remember this when you're saying it, it'd be very good. And actually, it's worked out. It's explained that it's an important thing to try and realize what you're doing with saying Kedusha and how it's actually unifying everything together. That's fulfillment of one of our main objectives in life, to make this joining, this union between the upper worlds and the lower worlds. We and only we have the capability, the power, the potential of joining the upper worlds and the lower worlds. Nothing else in the world can do that. That's the main point that's being mentioned here. Our primary objective in terms of this attitude which we're being taught about is that we and only we have the sole, pure, holy mission of joining the spiritual upper worlds with the difficult and mundane earthly worlds. That's us. That's basically what we are ourselves. We are a combination of spiritual components, and we're a collection of earthly components, and that's our whole existence. And to the extent that we reach a balance between our spiritual aspirations and our physical needs, right? To the extent that we're successful in achieving a balance between our physical needs and achieving our spiritual aspirations, that's the extent to which our unification of the physical world and the spiritual world will also be complete and successful. Yeah, I put a check window or something like that earlier today too.
Another 51 seconds of that
Oh, yeah.
beeping. You still have 51 seconds to go with that beep.
Pays to put the money and just keep it quiet.
Correct.
So that's what we're in this world to do. We're in this world to by drinking this coffee. Now there are billions of people in the world probably drinking coffee, right? But there are very few handfuls of people drinking coffee that they can have a clearer head to be able to learn. Right? Every one of the 7 billion plus people are having some kind of breakfast in the morning, right? There's only a minuscule amount of people that are eating breakfast that they can be able to sit and learn.
It really makes that big of a deal. Just a little bit of a proper thought is what we're talking about here. Just a little bit of a thought beforehand to set the intent can create everything that we're talking about.
Sure, exactly. That the Steinberg, if you let me borrow your pencil there, I'll show you the Steinberg's. It said you have. The guy's writing out a check, right? He's writing out a check. So he's writing 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? Now, where's he going to put the 1? He's going to put the 1 over there. He's going to put the 1 over there. That's all the difference. Puts it over here. That's 1 penny. Right? Put the 1 over there. It's a billion. So you put the 1. That's the whole thing. Why are you doing it? The whole point is why are you in the world? What are you doing in this world? It's that simple. It's really it's a tremendously simple thing. If you have the proper training and you get yourself in the habit of it, it's billions of people running around the world. Billions. Yes, to me, I don't know. You need all those billions of people in the world. There are people that there are philosophers say zero population. Who needs all these people? They'll say we're a lot better off with a lot less of them. Right? They'll give you all kinds of scientific reasons and facts and figures to prove it. Right? All these big professors making hundreds of $1,000s a year. No, they're proving all logic, intellectual conferences and all kinds of debates and publications and media. That's all. What's our goal? What are we here for? What are we trying to accomplish? You don't have to be the biggest, smartest, most holy person in the world to do these things. Each one of us, who and what we are. Each one of us in our own way. And we take, first starting with ourselves, we have our own situations, and we try and elevate it. That's all.
Seems pretty simple.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be very difficult. What happens is that you're found up, you grow up believing, we the people of the United States of America hold these truths to be self-evident. Truths to be self-evident, like life is the pursuit of happiness. That's life is the pursuit of happiness. That's life. Really said, life is in God we trust. Okay. They didn't put that in the Constitution, they put it on the dollar bill.
That's what's ruining it.
So, people grow up, they get fouled up, it's an end sweet, going that way. She wants to make it all, wants to get a reward. Wants to get a reward to fight against the tide, to pick us up and out of it. And if we were just following the crowd, if everyone was, if we were all like angels, so angels don't get a reward for anything. As far as I know, they don't get rewarded for what they do, because it's simple, it's obvious, it's easy for them. So there's no reward. Those things which are easy, there's no reward. So because you get rewarded for what's difficult. Soldiers don't win medals during peacetime. In the off-season, no one's scoring goals, right? So that's our job. Our job is to take our world, whatever it is, how big or small our world is, and elevate that mundane world that we live in to serving HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Camera there, the room over here. Using to serve HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Generate Torah, how to get people to learn more, become better, improve themselves, improve their lives, improve the lives of other people. Serving HaKodesh Baruch Hu in the best way possible. That's what we're here for. So that's the goal. That's how we combine our spiritual goals, spiritual goals to accomplish, spiritual aspirations, to try and serve Hashem in the best way possible. And at the same time, we have to deal with our physical needs. And it's a balance. Splitting of the Red Sea, Kriyas Yamsuf. What did HaKodesh Baruch Hu do? Split the sea.
Yeah, to make it dry land.
Made it dry land so the Jews can come through, right? Then the Mitzrayim came in chasing after us. The first thing Yeshiva did was change the dry land to mud. Those chariots with those horses stopped.
Dead in their tracks.
That's it. Even today, right? We try and wage wars When it rains, war stops. Roads, everything stops. I saw recently a film. It was a Russian tank in a mud hole. It got itself somehow in a mud hole. It could not get out. The more it tried to get out, the deeper it was getting into the mud. Finally, they're trying to get another. Stop watching it after a while. They're trying to get another tank to come in and try and pull it out. Stop. Just stop. The Avos, the Avram Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, Yaakov, they were like horses running through mud flats. What does that mean? They ran through this world, the mud of this world, right? Like a horse that's running so fast, right? It hardly barely touches the mud. It just skims on top of the mud. So it never has a chance to sink into it. That's how they ran through this world. Also was showed a film, also a tank. That there's a way, a tank, if they reach a certain speed, they can outrun a minefield. Meaning if they can make enough speed, right, they can, before the detonation goes, they're at least, they hope to be out of the danger zone. But they have to get up at enough speed to be able to do it. Right? So likewise, the Avos, they were running through this world so fast, right, they didn't get sunk into this world. That's what happens to most people. People that get sunk into this world. Right? That makes all the difference. So when Hashem parted the sea, the Jews came through, right? So we didn't have to run through because they made it dry land. They made it with their chariots and their horses, right? The strongest in the world at the time. They hit that mud, it was all over. So that's what we have to do. We have to try and get through this world without getting stuck in the mud. And then this world has meaning. Then this world has beauty. And this world has purpose. What created it for? It created this world, this physical world was created so the neshama, the soul, our spiritual counterpart, can be elevated and reach its aspirations in spiritual realms and spheres. And of course we get fouled up sometimes, we get off the track, mixed up, confused, it happens. But that's why the more you learn, the more you put yourself into the learning, the straighter and clearer thinking you achieve, the more desirous you are to hear what the neshama is really telling you, and the easier it is for you to try and fulfill what the neshama really wants. Because when you learn Torah, that's really telling you what the neshama needs and what the neshama, the soul, needs to accomplish. Whether it's because of Muslim, or it's having chakras, or it's keeping Shabbos, keeping kashrus, or whatever it might be, and that's the English Torah, right, or learning Chumash or Rashi. All these things, that's what the neshama needs. Everything you should know is what the neshama needs. That's basic. That's just like staying out in the mud. Now you want to elevate, right? Then there's all other things we have to try and do to elevate. Yeah.
Good.
It's a shame. So that's when we say Kedusha, when we daven Shemona Esrei, you say Kedusha, when we're going up on our toes, we have to think that's our purpose, that's our goal, that's what we want to achieve. Elevation. How do we gain our elevation? By joining the mud of this world with the spiritual influx of blessing that comes to this world. Right? So that influx of blessing that comes to this world can be connected to it in a physical way, and the whole world can be elevated. And that's what we're for. Good. Okay. Great.